Yeah, hi Vince Curie. I'm doing a video on the brother PE770 on the carriage assembly. That's the part that comes off the machine. Now I have the manual here, and like a lot of manuals I've looked at over the years, they don't tell you everything, of course. Now this is the disassembly of the unit, and basically shows you all the parts involved, and it shows you where the screws are that you have to remove to take the thing apart. They have sort of enough pictures. Now when they speak about removing this cover, they just say remove the grooved cover 2 from the ES main cover assembly 1. Alright, so that says a lot, right? So now I'm going to show you the little ins and outs of that before I go over to the actual unit. Now, the cover that you see mostly, and in particularly the one that says with a little placard on it, no handhold. In other words, don't carry the machine by this, because there's a mechanism in here. That's all right. Now, to remove this unit, like I said, that's the one you see all the time. You turn the thing upside down, you remove that one screw, this piece comes off. On the other end of it, there's one screw that goes in this way, and this piece drops away. Right. Keep the parts together. Now, the top portion, that's the part that they just summarized to remove. When you look at it, basically, what you're looking at is this. Alright. Now, the other important thing, which is on the other piece that's hooked to the machine, they tell you to remove, they don't actually tell you, they have little arrows pointing to 4 screws. Now, in effect, the 4 screws are holding this, this, and this to hold this cover on. Now, you take out those 4 screws with the arrows, and this thing does not jump off, of course. Now, a lot of these machines, they have locks that they build and design into them, locks that you can't see. Alright, so you don't actually know where they are. So I'm going to show you. Here's the way this sits. On the long end, here's a lock right here. That's the lock. And the panel fits into that little lock. So of course, from the outside, you don't see where that is. So what I did was I took a very, very, very thin, tiny, like an eyeglass screwdriver, and I put it in, forming a crack. And then what I did was I moved it along, and you see the little screwdriver getting tighter, indicating to me that you're getting near a lock. So if you angle the screwdriver this way and you're trying to put a little pressure up, you might need 2 things. One thing, on you form the crack, then you put something in to wedge it, that's putting a little upward pressure, and as you move the screwdriver, and you're angling the screwdriver so the other plastic you're moving away, knowing that it's holding onto a lock somewhere that you don't know. So you get to the point and you'll see it click, and this will pop up a bit, and then you'll see the one lock. Okay, now also on this machine, you can see by the design, it has different setups of locks. It has these tabs right here, and these tabs go under 4 little things in the machine. So this will not lift up to remove. And did not show me that in the book. So I guess if you went to school for brother, they might just show you that. Oh, by the way, they might say. All right, now I was able to understand the logic when I got this side up. I got one side up because this is short. I sort of was angling it, and then I saw this thing, realizing that it's a pull-out type lock. All right, now you can see I broke one off, right? Trying to peek under. So knowing what was here, I realized that this unit had to be slid to unlock. Now, what also holds it is the grooves over here. Grooves over here. These here have to be lifted, pried up a bit to clear the other portion, if you want to call it the male portion. So this would have to be lifted away, lifted away, and then what I did is I pulled on this thing here, and I'm pushing as hard as I could back here. Now you could put some tape for grip, and then put the tape over your thumb or something and hold it in order to get grip to move this as you're pulling it, you know. And then once this cleared, then I was able to get this up. All right, now I want to go over to the actual machine. Now, okay, I didn't break anything taking that off. So the machine does not know. It doesn't have a cover on it, of course. It doesn't have logic built into it. It doesn't have sort of a lockdown switch, something that if the cover is removed, it will open the switch and then deactivate the system. It doesn't have that. Now, what I did was, this is the neutral position. I'll move it and then I'll explain. What I did was, I put down here, I put a mark. This is from my own knowledge. I put a mark, a line with a little circle. We use that in carpentry. That's supposed to be the center. Just say the center of a stud or something. So I marked that there, and this was another step. I marked stow, which I will show you. Now, on here, I'm going to back away first. Alright, that's the carriage thing. That's the thing says no handhold. Alright, so what I did is right here, this is plastic and this moves. I made with black marker. I made 2 little lines indicating that that's the stow place. And then here's the screws you remove Put a little arrow on them. There's another one back there. Back there. I put the arrow on the 4 things there. Alright. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to back away. And I'll show you, just say you want to stow this, you want to take this off, and you wanted to put it in the box to ship it or something. See what I just did? Arrow back. Alright, here's an icon that comes up on the screen. It shows you the hoop and it shows you the carriage with an arrow this way. Now when I press that arrow, I'm going to go far left with this. And this is going to drive. Here we go. Raise, press a foot. Okay. There it goes. And that's the stow position right there. I marked it stow. Alright, that's marked stow, and then this did not move over here, what I marked. That did not move. Okay, now you wanna move it back. What you have to do is you choose a design or something. Carriage will move. I'm going to press that. Okay. Now if you go to as if you were going to sew something, just say you pull that, you highlight it, it tells you 4 colors, gives you the first color and the embroidery style. Then of course you would put the thread in and thread your bobbin and everything, and the machine then will go to the beginning. When you bring this down, the machine will go to the beginning of the design, wherever that may be. I press this and that's going to move. That's going to move in a relative position. Alright, it's going to sense it doesn't have any thread. Okay. So, you try it. Alright, now this of course was in the process of stitching, so it's no longer aligned to where I put the marks. Right? Now the motors in here, they're called stepper motors. Alright, they work both ways, both directions. I had to put this back on in order to put it on the machine to do the demo. Remove it. Now when I took this off originally, under this there's a washer. 3 screws. You remove this. It lifts up. And it has very short wire on it. Okay. There's a very short wire. Carefully place it. Thing has grease on it, so watch what you put it on. And here's the washer right here. Okay. And now what I'm going to do is, you got to make sure this stays down where it is, because that's the latch that you unlock. Alright, move all your stuff that's on the table out of the way first. I put this back on the machine. I put this on with one screw, and what I did was I centered it. I centered it so that you would see the two adjustment screws. You would have access to them in the event you wanted to adjust this belt, because supposedly you loosen these screws, you put a new belt on, and then you pull this to tighten. Now I didn't touch these because there's nothing wrong with this machine. I'm doing this for a reference. Okay, I got this marked where I marked it when I was in the machine, and I got this marked over here, the gear. All right, and that's supposed to be needle center of the hoop position, right there. So now I'm taking the one screw out again, putting this to the side. Okay, let me put this back on. Keep in mind the locks over here. Keep in mind the offset here, that has to lock down. So put this so it clears. See how I picked that up in it? Okay, I'm going to show you this area here. Let's see, let me get lower. Okay, everything's lined up. Everything lined up. Now I'm going to try to go this way with it. Got to lift this to clear. And you feel that this is flush. Feel this flush, feel this flush. Put this down. You hear it? You heard it. Alright, so that's I made a mark over here where the little lock is. So that takes the mystery out of taking that cover off. Put this back again. So to get it off, you have to get these two ends up first. I got to lift up. You could put something like this is nice. Has to be high enough. High enough. I got some grease on there. Now, if this ain't high enough, you won't get this to come this way. And now you got to pull it. I'm using my left hand, and you push like this. Okay. All right. Lift the front. Okay. All right. Okay. So we do it. Put it back. See, I use this to lift. And what makes it easy is when you know, you can see in your mind's eye that there is something in the front that has to lift up and this end, lift up this end, and these tangs will slide out when you put the correct force in correct direction. Who knew that? Even the book didn't. Alright. And you push it. It drops in. Boy, I'm getting good at this. You know, let me tell you something. I got the book. You saw the book, right? I've been fixing airplanes, military and commercial, just say 50 years. You could have the Boeing manual on how to fix an airplane, unless you are a hands-on mechanic and you know about utilizing tools, you know how things get locked into position and how to jiggle them and how to hit it there and lift it here. This they cannot put in the manual. You just have to go through, and once then you're looking in the manual for key things. You're looking for settings, how many screws you might have to take out, things like that. That comes from with experience. All right, so now I'm going to turn this over. I'm going to show you, and I'm going to tell you something. Okay. All right. I mark these in black marker, and basically what it is, it's a embossed in the plastic raised arrow. 2 raised arrows, one here, and then where my thumb is, you got 1 raised arrow here. So what do we got here? We got 1, 2, 3. There's only 4. Okay, there's 4 screws. Somehow I thought there were more. But anyway, and I got the screws here. They're short. You know, of course they're metric. And just so happens the screwdriver I'm using has a little bit of a magnetic ability in it, which is helpful. You could always put some little like cellophane tape around the screwdriver and around the nut in the event you want to keep it from falling off the tip, because possibly you might have a hard time starting it. But this works nice. So yeah, at this point I could put my screws in. You snug them up. You don't have to put your elbow into it, and elbow and shoulder. It's just snug up so it doesn't vibrate loose. All right, I do the second. The second one I'm going to put down here, alternately and evenly, like when you put a tire on a car. You don't put one lug after the other. You crisscross, and that pulls the wheel in evenly. All right, that didn't start. You gotta get the screw into. See, it's dropping off the tip here. Okay. All right, that's snug. Okay, these are the screws that go back. It's a long screw with a wide thread. They go back where the arrows are. Alright, put this on, this piece. Alright, last screw in here. It snaps in flush, and you put the screw on. Okay. Good. put it on the machine and we give it a spin test. Alright. It's working, so. Alright, Mr. Curry, thank you for watching.